joining us today from everywhere across the world. I have someone from Malaysia. I have a number of people from the UK. I have a number of people from the continent of Africa as well. So guys, thank you for joining us. It's a privilege, it's an honor to have everyone on this call at the moment. It's not something that we take lightly. We just know that it's a way of telling us that okay, you really want this. So okay, just a moment. Someone's hands is raised. Yeah, Annie, how can I help?
Yeah, so instead of you keep repeating yourself about people changing their names, I mean, to the right name, why don't you put it in the chat so they
Okay,
can just see that and that they need to hover over the name and
okay.
update it.
I'll do that now. I have my my co-support who would help me with that.
Okay.
All right, quickly, Timothy, could you please help me with that? Just let us put a message in the chat box so that everybody that's joining can actually change their names. You can just put a way that they could do that in the chat. So just to help me with that. All right.
All
Thanks
right.
for that. Yeah. All right. Okay. So thanks for the suggestion as well. It makes a lot of sense. So my name is Tunde Shogaolu. That's who I am. I work for SmartLearning, not just SmartLearning as well, because we are under an umbrella group of company called Smart Safe. So that's Smart Safe Consulting. So SmartLearning is an arm of Smart Safe Consulting. And for us in SmartLearning, we pride ourselves in being able to help people advance their careers, especially when it comes to the field of information security or cybersecurity. So I am going to be leading this particular session today. I would also have 2 or 3 other people. We would also have different sessions allotted to them as well. So the main driver, the main founder, that's Sam, in the person of Sam Omoleri, or Wale Omoleri, would also be joining at some point, and he will also be taking us through a particular session when we hit that part. Yeah, but for now, I'm going to be taking the lead on this. I also have support from one of my team members in the person of Timothy, so he's going to be in the background in terms of, if you have any questions, don't worry, you can put it in the chat box. Timothy will help me pick it up, and any areas that I need to come back to, I'll be able to delve into that. Just very quickly, guys, please don't worry, just help me. For now, let's just stay muted. If anything at all, put it in the chat box, and we will pick it up. So also, this session is being recorded, and you will have the opportunity of listening to this or watching this video once we are done. We will provision access to everybody to listen to it. And if there's any question, if there's any thought, if you're thinking about anything, you can always go back to that and take it up from there. Yeah. All right. So in a nutshell, this is what we are delivering today. This is our table of content. We'll talk a bit about us. We'll talk a bit about our approach. You get to know what the candidate's journey is all about. Sam or Wale Omoleri will be taking that area once we get there. Also, we will be looking through the cost level as well as the cost categories. We will do all of that. Then you will see what the career pathway, what exactly is your journey going to look like. When you come to the field of information security or cybersecurity, then we can walk you through our offer. So one of the things that I would like you to bear in mind is that we offer very personalized or customized service. So there are a lot of things that you can always come back to us with and ask questions, even if you don't want to ask it on this platform as we start. You can come back to me, call me later in the day and say, oh, Tunde, I didn't get this. Can you help me with this? So all of that, we'll be able to do that. So not to worry. It's a good time for you to ask questions if you're not comfortable asking on this platform. Yeah. Okay, who exactly are we as an organization? What is SmartLearning? Again, I take you back. So SmartLearning is one of the group entities or sub-entities under Smart Safe Consulting. So for us as an organization, as a training and human capacity development organization, that's who we are. Our mission is to develop the human capital. And we're going to be doing this by enhancing your skills as well as knowledge and prospects, to be able to get or transition into a career in IT security. That is our mission. That is what we are going to be doing. That is who we are. That is what we wake up every time, every day, thinking about and doing, is to develop your human capacity. I'm sure that a number of people on this course today or on this pre-course training, they already have some bit of background. They already have different careers in which they are doing and would like to transit into IT security based on the prospects. So we are going to help you through that journey of the known or the unknown that you are into the proper knowing. So what exactly is cybersecurity? What is IT security? What does it entail? That is what we're going to be helping you with. Yeah. So in a nutshell, that is who we are. Also, I will be providing a link to our website where you can go in there, look at it. There are quite a number of videos as well that is there that talks about us and some of the things we've done. You will also hear testimonials from people, when they joined and where they are today. So you will get to hear from people as well. Yeah. Yes. So this takes me to our trainer, our key trainer and founder. So in the person of Wale Omolere. I'm sure you can see his picture there. So Wale holds an MSc, as well as having to have deep years of experience within network and telecommunications engineering. So he has a master's in there. He's also certified to CCNP, GNCI. Is a member of ISACA. So ISACA is the global body that that manages or that caters for information systems auditors globally. So he has a CRISC. He's got certifications in CPDSC. So he's got a vast array of experience, and Wale has been able to put together a team as well, that helps in delivering this particular training. So Wale is the founder and CEO of Smart Safe Consulting. So it's wearing that double hat. The good thing is Wale is also a trainer, so he's also going to be doing us the favor, and you will also be going through him, if you come on board with us. So Wale has well over 18 years experience in information security, as well as IT security operations, technology risk, governance, risk and compliance, as well as data protection, and ensuring that across all of these streams, you actually follow best practice in delivering any of when it comes to IT security projects or cybersecurity projects. Currently, Wale is working as well as holding this portfolio. So he's worked in different industries. When I met Wale back in the days when I joined, when Wale trained me, Wale had years of experience in Accenture. That's just one of. So he comes from a consulting background, so which is why the way our training has been tailored, it's very well, or it has a lot of similarities with what happens in the consulting world. Yeah. So so myself, with me, basically, this is my picture over there. So that is myself. In the person of Anthony, or you can call me Tunde Shogaolu. So that's my picture over there, my handsome face. I'm sure I'm handsome. Just joking. So that's and with me as well, we have some of our trainers that we have listed here. So we've got a very large pool of team as well. So so for example, I will be taking one of the courses when it comes to cybersecurity, cyber essentials. Or also we have a unique course that is called third-party risk management. when it comes to that, you are going to pass through me. Also, we have a lady called Obi. Obi is going to be taking us when it comes to compliance. She's because all of the trainers that we have on board, we are all practitioners. So we are all working in this field, and everybody has their areas of expertise. The likes of Ade, Grace is another seasoned trainer that we have. So the world of risk, she's definitely going to be taking us through that. We have Tola as well, another seasoned trainer. We have Pelumi Richard. We have Yvonne. We have John Hammond. We have Ola. So we have a particular training model called the Enterprise Security Architect. Ola is going to be taking that. They all may not join this particular training today, so you may not hear from them today, but definitely once you come on the training with us, you will definitely get to meet them online, and of course you get to interact with them as we go along. So we have Dr. Mike Lakoju, PhD, when it comes to Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, for example. That's a separate module on its own. That's where the likes of Mike Lakoju will be in. We have Tim Ishole. Tim is our pen tester. So when it comes to ethical hacking, for the guys that want to be techie, you would definitely pass through the person of Tim. Then we have Harry Boje, our seasoned data privacy, or when everything around GDPR, around data privacy, data security. Definitely Harry is our key point of contact. Then, like I said, we have a number of support trainers as well as mentors. Some of them are also going to be joining this call today, and hopefully they'll be able to give one or two words of encouragement or support. So, why do we exist? What exactly do we have to offer? What is our value proposition? Basically, we focus on effective knowledge transfer. And what I mean, what do I mean by that? This is primarily geared towards training you for the workspace. So the way we have structured or built out our courses is such that there are different work streams in the cybersecurity world, in the workspace. So that is how we have built out our courses. So if you're on this training and the plan is, okay, when I finish this training, I want to be able to secure a job, you are in the right place. Again, if you're also on this training and your plan is, I just want to be able to develop my knowledge around what exactly is cybersecurity, you are also in the right place. So we will definitely make sure that everything that you need, we are able to provide that. So that is how we have structured and built out our training. So it's to enable you, get into the workspace and make a career out of cyber security. Yeah. So basically, that is us and how we have built out our training. And the good thing is, what we have is very practical, it's very hands-on. And when we are delivering based on what exists in the workspace. So that's what we're going to be delivering. So it's always relevant, it's always refreshing, it's always very consistent, and it's very practical. As much as possible, we also deliver this training in a very relatable way, experiences that you go through on a day-to-day basis, just to make the training very seamless and easy to understand. So that is how we will deliver our training. And this is what we do as an organization. Yeah. All right. So still continuing what we do, we offer a very comprehensive array of specially designed cybersecurity and IT security training programs, across all levels. So if you're a beginner, you don't have any background knowledge, this is still a place to be. We're going to help you develop or grow in a very organized way, So what do I mean by that? You'll be able to develop your own career roadmap. So for example, we've had people that have started off as junior cybersecurity, well, they started off as junior cybersecurity specialists, just junior roles, and they have moved up the ladder. We've had different people like that. And we've had people that they've come in and they've started from mid-level management roles, so it's all up to you at the end of the day, so like I've mentioned, hopefully joining this training, you can help yourself also develop your career roadmap. These are the things that we will take you through and we will help you as you go along the way. So what exactly is our approach? How do we deliver our training? How do we help our candidates? How do we ensure that we take you through that unknown to the known? Basically, it starts from, just a very quick assessment of knowing what your strength is and what your weakness is, knowing yourself better and how things sit with you or how things work better for you as an individual. So after you've been able to do like a light fresher assessment, which we'll send a form to you, you can just fill it up. It tells you some bit about your strengths and weakness. And you would agree with me that learning is ever evolving. It's ever changing. There are different things that today, and you want to just learn another skill tomorrow. With that assessment, it can help you gauge yourself and know where or how you want to transition or go. Then the next phase of our approach, development. This is within the training area. Or what are we delivering? What knowledge are we passing? What resource materials do you need, to keep reading and growing and advancing and developing? All of that, we're going to help you with that. Then at the end of that, there's usually a review, that will help you with at the end of that as well. So in terms of how far you want to go, how well you want to grow, these are some of the things, or this is basically our approach. All right, guys, don't forget, I will take your questions as soon as we are wrapping up, or as soon as we have wrapped up. You will have the opportunity of asking questions, so not to worry at all. So just quickly, basically on our candidate's journey, this is what it looks like. Very quickly, guys, just a quick pause. Wale, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I can take this bit if that's okay.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So thank you guys for joining our section today. So that's me. My name is Wale Omalere. So I'm the founder of SmartLearning, and we have the consulting arm of the business as well, that we call SmartSafe. We have other things that we do within our business, but I'm going to be sharing that with you later for those that will sign up for the course. Today, thank you so far for helping out and sharing what we do here at SmartLearning. So I will take over from here. So this is a typical candidate journey for us. This journey that you see here is born out of what we have tried over a period of time. So we started SmartLearning about 7 years ago for information purposes. And we keep getting better with our processes. We looked at what works and what doesn't, and we keep just improving. And we had come up with this process, this workflow, and this works. Number one, Tune was talking about individuals earlier on. Individuals are wired of different ways. Some of you here today, you might not even know it. You might be technical in nature, while others may be non-technical, all right? So when I say technical in nature, I do not necessarily mean that you've gone to university to study computer science or you're a programmer, no. But the way you are wired up inside, you're technically oriented. So hence, where we have the 0-1 here, it's the personality trait assessment that we do for our student. We want to really help you with this journey, but it's important that we know how you are also wired up as an individual as well. Some people, they may have a very tall ambition, and there's nothing wrong with that. So someone can say, oh, I want to be an AI specialist. I want to go into artificial intelligence and I want to start a program. Yeah, fair enough, that's fine. Or somebody could also be motivated by other things as well. Yeah, in AI, they pay a lot of money. I want to go in there. There's nothing wrong there. But you see, sometimes you can foil your passion or what you wanted to do by just answering certain questions about yourself first. And this is where our personality assessment just comes in. We spend quality time with our students, especially those that are wanted to join us, asking a whole lot of questions. It's not as if we want to get into your business, but it helps me and it helps likes of Tunde and other people that works for us. So the moment we understand who you are, then we can make recommendations to you in terms of courses that we think would work for you. So for example, my wife is technical in nature, all right? And I know that by reason of spending time with her and a few things that she has done, in our home, she would be the type that wants to just break up things and look it up, So she's technical. So what that simply means is, if you put her in an environment where she had to learn a bit of, technical things, she will not struggle. It would be a lot easier for her. And some people are like that, here today. So we spend time with you to understand who you are and what you like to do. Then on the back of that, we're able to make recommendations to you in terms of courses. All right. The pre-course, which is the number 2, that you can see my journey here, is what we're doing today. Some people think cybersecurity is all technical. That is a lie. In fact, that is a lie. I remember, I think one of our students is here, I don't know, Olumide, for him, the picture they paint for him, in terms of cybersecurity, you have to, be a computer guru, you have to be able to do this, to even make a career in cybersecurity. And that's not correct. I've been in the cybersecurity space for well over 18 years, and I know by experience that you can be non-technical and still get a job in cybersecurity. All right, so this pre-course, what it does is to help you to demystify, all of those things that you have learned that are perhaps maybe someone has told you that is not correct, would help you to demystify it, to tell you, various paths, all right, into cybersecurity. Earlier on, I talked about the personality trait, assessment. What that simply do is, once we understand who you are and maybe your background experience, maybe some of you, you've done different jobs, some of you are, maybe you've done IT related job, or maybe some of you have not even done anything IT related job. You're coming from a different career entirely. You're a project manager or business analyst, but you want to find a way, your way into cybersecurity. Once we understand that with the way you're wired up, we're able to make recommendations in terms of courses for you. And what the pre-course will now further do is to show you all of the possibilities in the realm of cybersecurity. All right, what usually follow after that, we've done the personality assessment with us, you've come for the pre-course, you understand what you want to be or the type of courses that you want to do in cybersecurity. What we normally do is, when you sign up for our course, then we onboard you. Onboarding is very simple. It just simply means that, you get registered on our website. Then we also give you access, to certain, cybersecurity artifacts, that would help your knowledge further. All right. Then what usually follow is the training. Our training is live and it is practical as well. So you see, our training is a program. So it is not just one-off training that you do like for 2 days or 3 days and off you're in the marketplace looking for a job. That's a joke. It wouldn't work. All right. Here in the UK, what is interesting is, you see, you can get a job by reason of miracle. And I'm a Christian, I believe in miracle. And I believe, some people from other faiths here as well. You might believe in miracle, and you can get a job by miracle. God will just come show up for you and you get a job. But you see, you cannot sustain that job by reason of miracle. All right, you have to do the work. All right. So for us, we understand that we cannot train you for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days and say, yeah, you're all good now, then off you go. No, ours is a training program. Our training, end to end is for 2 months, 2 solid months. You could liken our training program to a diploma course, actually. All right, it's for solid 2 months. All right, in training. Then after that training, what would follow is practical. The practical section, start on the 3rd month in the training. So you do the training for 2 months, then the practical will start on the 3rd month. All right. The 3rd month, is where you begin to put into practice, all right, what you've been taught in the course of the training. All right. And in that 3rd month, you probably would have learned or know exactly the area of cybersecurity, that you want to major in. Remember, I said earlier that cybersecurity can be all technical. It could also be non-technical as well. So from the time that you have been taught to the time that you're coming into the practical, what our mentors and our tutors actually do is they would have helped you to find yourself within that space. All right, within that 2 months. And in the 3rd month, when you're doing the practical, guess what you're doing? You are doing a practical, preparing you for a job in the industry. Let me break it down this way. So assuming somebody wants to be all technical in cybersecurity, and the type of job that they want to apply for after the training is a job title called SOC analyst, or they want to apply for a role called cybersecurity analyst. All right, so that is a job title and that is technical. Someone else can say, you know what, I'm non-technical. I just want to apply for jobs related to governance, risk, and compliance. All right. So you see, after the 2nd month into the training, okay, we would have helped you to discover, the type of jobs that you can apply for. All right, when you go into the marketplace. And in the 3rd month, when you start the practical, basically what you're doing is you are practicing, all right, to go into the marketplace to apply for those jobs and start to work on it. So you could liken our program, our training, to apprenticeship. So when we tell and we show you, when we do a lot of hand holding of yourself, all right, it works. All right, so we will tell you, and there's going to be a whole lot of showing in the course of the training. But in the practical, that is when we do the hand holding. What is also very interesting is our practical is a live project. Remember, I said earlier on that we have various arms of our business. We have one arm of the business, which is the consulting, and we call that Smart Safe. So your experience, your work experience is going to be, all right, with, the consulting arm of our business. And that is where you're going to get the practical done. Somebody may ask me, oh, Wale, am I going to come to your office? No, you won't come to my office. It's all virtual. Everything that we do is online. Well, you have to be very, very disciplined anyway. When you do online, some people can be watching TV while they're supposed to be working, but you have to be disciplined. But the good thing that we do is we have a program management environment where everyone that is doing practical with us, they would work with other members of the team, and tasks would be assigned to them, and they would also have to deliver on that task. So you would see, you can liken those practical to you actually working, in the office area. All right. Everybody majority of people work from home these days because of COVID. All right. So, and we have to get used to it. It's a norm that won't change anytime soon. So we train you, we bring you into the practical. All right. And that practical starts in the 3rd month. It could go for another 3 months. All right. But what usually happens is for fast learners and people that really want to get into the marketplace as soon as possible, what they usually do is between the 2nd and the 3rd month, guess what? They're already preparing their CV. They're already ready, to take the marketplace. You see, what is interesting is with our training, we also support you as well. In fact, we don't want you to be a liability to us. Sorry, I use that word. But listen, we encourage you, we support you, we push you, we put our jobs there, and we say, go apply for it. Try this, try that. So apart from training you, we're also a source of encourager, to a lot of people. So we realize, over a period of time that, you see, training is not actually, as much as training is important, we also understand that so many other factors, that we need to put in place to help you, to support you, to get you to that point or level of confidence that you need, to go out into the marketplace. and we have it all in SmartLearning. We're seeing amazing things, guys. People that doesn't look like it, the unqualified, that by God's grace, God has helped them, to get job in this space. You see, we're not bragging. We may not be the likes of, the very massive organization that you see out there in the public place or in the public market, but the result is undeniable here. All right. If you get the chance today, put up, you can put out the link, to or Timothy, you can put out our link place to the browser so that they can. The result is undeniable. This year alone, the number of candidates that have trained with us, that have secured job, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's like every other day, in the month. And we're happy to share some of those success stories with you. So once you finish the training, you come into the work experience, which is the number 5, and that is with us in Smart Safe Consulting. Then what usually follow is the mentoring and the CV review. All right. See, it doesn't just stop with training you, bringing you into the practical. We understand that you might struggle a little bit. Not a lot of people can actually, put into writing or commit into writing what they've been taught. We support you. As a matter of fact, the new batch, the batch that we've currently finished training, which is going to end sometime, I think it's already ended. We're going to be having a CV review and mentoring with them. What's also very important for you to know is we have loads of mentors. There's a mix of male and female on our platform. As a matter of fact, if you sign up for the training, the people that are going to be training you and mentoring you, they are also ladies as well. There are people that pass through our training, that understand, how to communicate, how to support other people, because there are people that looks like you. They were once like you before they got a job. All right. So they will be patient with you. They will understand where you're coming from. They will be able to handhold you, guide you up until the time, that, you feel comfortable, to start to apply for job. Somebody might ask me the question, Wale, are there jobs there? Amazing. It's absolutely. The number of jobs that are out there, if you look at the stats on the labor market at the moment, in terms of need for cybersecurity jobs, is mind-blowing. It's even better if you're on this side of the world, in the UK, where we have now come out of from Brexit, with the doom and the gloom before Brexit, that the whole of UK is going to fall apart. There will not be jobs. It's a lie. That's just a lie. It's getting better with time. So it means that if you're here by chance, you live in this country at this time, at this time, then the amount of job, because we're in this industry, the amount of job that is out there every day that you see, you just be wondering, they need people to do this job. It can't be you. If you sign up for this training and get the support from us as well. And it doesn't stop there as well. Even if you live abroad, all right, I don't know where people must have connected from everywhere. And your dream is maybe you want to come to this side of the world, you want to come to UK and to come and live, or you want to remain where you are. You can be equipped with knowledge, all right, sound knowledge about cybersecurity or other areas of cybersecurity that you can apply from where you are. People get international jobs. Do you know that? People get international jobs. Just be equipped with knowledge. And guess what? This is the place, and we can support you with everything that you need. All right. So after the mentoring, what usually follows is what we call the mock interview, and then you secure a job. You see, it's an end-to-end program, and I lie not. This is what we do. Some of my candidates are here. They might be able to share their success story. Today, please, some people. Yeah. Some people, some of my, alumni are here. They might be able to share their success story on court. All right. They might be able to tell you one or two things, how they went through our training. Is what we do. You see, everything from number 1, to number 7 is what you do, what we do. As we speak, we're still prepping people for interviews. So when you get there, don't worry. All of those interview anxiety that people get. No, we have it all covered. And the good news, because you see, on our platform, we have people with various specialties. So if your thing is technical people that will support you. If your stuff is non-technical, I have a whole lot of technical people that can, with various specialties. We have specialties in cloud, we have specialty in governance, risk, and compliance, we have specialty in data and compliance. If you think about GDPR, all right, we have specialty in there. If you think about core IT security, we've got specialty there. So by God's grace, I've been in the industry for over 20 years. And I've worked for blue chip organization. All right. What is also good is I have loads of people that can help you in this journey. All right. So after the mock interview, you secure a job. It does not end there. What usually follows is what we call the Alumni Ship. All right, this is where you get on-the-job support. Some of you might be thinking, oh my God, I secured that job. How am I going to do it? You are in a good hands, because the moment you secure a job, you become part of our alumni. Then we now add you to a group of friends. We call them friends. That people that pass through our training, all right, that working in the industry at the moment. We add you to that group where you can get support. And what do I mean by that? A lot of people, by default, when we're looking for information, we go to Google. And Google can be quite confusing. Google is a repository of so many information. But you see, you have to be intelligent to be able to decipher what those informations are and how you can adapt it to what you're being asked in the office place. And this is where we come in. For us, because we've been in the industry for a very long time, we've seen a whole lot of best practices. You see, you can ask questions and we can ask for more information and we can give you the answer there and there. A lot of our alumni can also attest to this as well. That is where you get the on-the-job support, after you have secured a job by becoming our alumni. All right, today, can we move to the next slide, please? No, next one. Sorry about that. All right, so course level. So we have different courses that we offer in different levels. All right. So if you're inexperienced, when I say inexperienced, maybe you work as a janitor, it doesn't really matter. Or you work as a bus driver, it doesn't matter. All right. There's something I learned, from a great man. He said there is dignity in labor. All right. You see, as long as you're not doing anything crooked, you just want to, make ends meet. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to have a change of career, this is the right place. We can support you and help you, to get there. As a matter of fact, if you go to our website and you look, maybe read some of the testimonials, there's this gentleman there, or SARS, is a bus driver. He was a bus driver in this country, a few years ago, before he had, a massive transformation. And he works for CGI as we speak to you, and he's been there for a while. All right. This is a gentleman that doesn't even know what a router is. All right, that's how interesting he is. But listen, we're able to train him, take him from the beginner level. So we have courses that are at the beginner level. We have another one that we call the intermediate level. Then we have another one that we call advanced level. You see, I would not expect that someone that doesn't have any clue about cybersecurity to take courses in the advanced level. It will be too much for you. You can't understand it. Not that you can't understand it, but there's so many things that you would have missed, that would make it difficult for you to understand the advanced level of that particular course. So what we normally do, our courses, they're a mix of beginner and intermediate level, then some advanced level courses as a mix. So remember I mentioned something earlier on, that after that we've done the assessment for you, if you decide to buy the course for us, they will now make recommendations of courses for you. So for every courses that we offer, for each batch, there are bundle of courses. All right. When I say bundle of courses, they are a mix of beginner, intermediate, and advanced level courses. So for example, if you decide, to go, to sign up for this training, we will train you on what we call Cybersecurity Foundation. We will train you on what we call, and the Cybersecurity Foundation is just the beginner level of cybersecurity. We will train you on what, a job title that we call Cybersecurity Essentials. And the Essentials is the intermediate level, one step higher than the beginner level. All right. We will train you on cybersecurity risk management. We will train you on governance, risk, and compliance. We will train you on the almighty GDPR. And some of you might be thinking, oh, GDPR, I thought that is gone. No. All right. If you're going to get into the space in cybersecurity, or take any job on information security related, you must know GDPR. The good thing is we have an expert that also trains our students on GDPR as well. We will train you on what we call ISO 27001 Essentials, which is a mixture of learning the auditing part of ISO 27001 and also the implementation part of it as well. So we'll mix it together. We will train you on vulnerability management, which is also a technical course in cybersecurity. We'll train you on penetration testing. We'll train you on what we call the enterprise security architect, and we also train you on what we call third-party risk management course. You see, so it's a mix of technical and non-technical courses, but it depends on where you see yourself. So I expect that after this session, some of you might want to have a call with me or have a call with Tunde. Tunde, please, by all means, put our telephone number there, please. Timothy or Tunde, put our telephone number there, please. You may not want to have a call with us. Yes, then what we usually follow after this section like this is we will spend quality time with you. Don't forget, our training, they are tailor-made. That's why, though, it's good for you to go online and see what is there. But you also need to speak to people, all right? Especially if this area is new to you, all right? Internet will not solve the problem. There's just so much that you can read online, that you can understand. See, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but I'm telling you that sometimes when you speak to people that have done it, and they've been there and they have done it or done that, then you're pretty much in a better place, because they would explain what it is. For me, like I said, close to 20 years over, in this career, trust me, I know some very good stuff that I think would be useful to you. All right, so we do all of that, and whatever course that you choose, the mix, it becomes a bundle for you. So your bundle will just fall into this category. It can be all technical, and it could also be non-technical as well. All right, let's go on today. All right, so these are just example of course categories, but for this particular module, for this particular training batch, the one that is going to start in August, we have, I think, collection of 10 or 11 courses that is on offer for you. You can select what you want there. You can eat. It's just like, think about it like a buffet. Eat as you want. All right. You can select, but whatever your selection in any of those courses, it would lead you to a job. And comfortably in our training, when we train you, guess what? You're sure that whether technical or on technical courses, you should comfortably be able to apply for different roles, minimum of 3 roles, comfortably. All right, so let's move on. All right, so in this section, I'm going to be showing you what I call the cybersecurity pathway. All right, I think I touched on it earlier on, but again, this is just for visual representation of what this is. All right, so number one is, I said you can be all technical. So a non-technical person is someone that hasn't done any technical job. All right, maybe they don't even understand computer. They are not perfect in computing. Do not worry about that. All right, you just fall into that category, and that is not an insult on your intelligence. All right, but you're not a programmer. I can't say, oh, go and configure that computer and you put it right. All right, so you're non-technical. Technical is the opposite. All right, someone that has an idea. They perhaps they've gone to 4 walls of university. They've been trained, they understand what technical things are. Or maybe, they're just an IT. Maybe at the moment at workplace, they provide support in the IT environment. Then I will call you technical. All right. And if you look at the direction here, non-technical, a few people there. So you come from a project management background, business analyst, or maybe you're just a janitor. You haven't done any of this before. Then maybe that's you, non-technical. For the technical person is someone that's come from an IT background. But you see, the end destination is where I want you to focus on. So whilst whilst we understand where you are, but the end destination is that's the picture that we paint in the mind of our student. We help them to see where they are going to, not where they are at the moment. And if you can see that with me, guess what? For me, and my tutors and my mentors, 70% of the job is done. Because that's why when we spend quality time with you, discussing with you, to understand where you are, the picture we're trying to paint in your mind is where you want to be. All right. And where you want to be, then we now start to draw, begin to put courses in place and support you. Sometimes, we even ask our students, to send us, their CV. We looked at those CVs and review them and, just get a sense of where they are. It doesn't necessarily matter if you don't have a CV. That is not the end of the world. I just use that as an example. All right. So this is where they want to get to. All right. As a non-technical person or as a technical person. So somebody can say, I've come from a BA background. I want to go into the technical part of cybersecurity as a technical BA. Or they can say, you know what? I just want to go into governance, risk, and compliance. The other person can say, I'm an IT guy. I want to become a cybersecurity analyst or a SOC analyst. And all of these are doable by reason of we understanding those backgrounds that you have come from and the recommendations of the courses that we're going to make, to you. You could also cross, from a technical BA to come into cybersecurity as well. But you see, whilst all of this is possible, we like people taking baby steps. You know what I mean? I don't sell light to people, and I will never do that. All right. So I gave an example earlier on where someone has said, where you have an ambition and you want to become an AI programmer, and you have not even been to university. And while that seems like, what you want to do, well, in reality, you have to take steps, before you become an AI programmer. Maybe you first need to become an IT engineer. You know what I mean? Maybe you need, so there's something that you need to be first before you get to where you want to go. And that is exactly what we do here. All right. We do not tell lies. We tell you the truth. Whatever your dreams or aspirations are, they are possible. But my responsibility is to help you, to show you the steps that you will take to get to that place. All right. I hope this is making sense, and I hope I'm helping somebody here. Actually, let's go to the next one, please. All right. All right. So these are all some possibilities that are there as well. Cybersecurity pathway. So you see, these are common cybersecurity feeder rules. All right. Somebody can say, oh, I'm a network engineer. Oh, I'm a software developer. I'm into software development. I'm a system engineer. I'm into finance and risk analysis. Some people do KYC, all right? Or I'm a security intelligence, or I'm even a guard, all right? A security guard, physical security guard. And it doesn't really matter, all right? It doesn't really matter who you are now, all right? For us, understanding where you are will really help us, because you can't afford to tell us a lie. Because if you tell us a lie, then we can't help. So because you tell us a lie, they will just be building on those lies. But if you say, hey, Wale, truth be told, this is who I am. I don't even have job. I haven't worked. I just do this kind of job. Then I understand you for who you are. Then I'm able to now put measures in place. I'm working with my tutors, my mentors to say, this is this person, this is the side of support that they need. All right. But with the understanding of those feeder rules, these are all also entry, middle level, advanced level, and also managerial role as well. And you see, someone can be on the entry and want to end up here. It is possible. All right. So a few entry roles there: cybersecurity, specialist or technician, cyber, crime analyst or investigator, incident analyst and responder, IT auditor. That can be some, entry roles there. Mid-level, it could be cybersecurity analyst, cybersecurity consultant, penetration and vulnerability tester. The advanced could be cybersecurity manager, administrator. What is interesting is the people that are going to be training you, a lot of them are here. They are on the advanced level. A lot of them, some of them, they are managers where they work. Some of them, they are architects where they work. So guess what? They have come from all the way from here, and they are here. All right? They are here. All right? All of them, most of the people that are going to be training you, they are here. At the moment, I am the only one that sits here at the moment, because I run the business. But more of my mentors and my tutors, it won't be too long. because they will be here. Because most of them, they started from here and they find their way into the advanced level. And you can also be there as well. It is not impossible. Somebody might be saying, oh my God, Wale, I am old. No, you are not. You see, what is interesting about cybersecurity is it doesn't have anything to do with the age. All right. It's a function of what you know. If you're here, and guess what? You know a lot. It won't be too long, you'll be here. It's how much that you can put in. Some of you must have heard garbage in and garbage out. It's how much time that you can commit to this. Somebody might say, hey, Wale, you said 2 months, 3 months. Oh, that's such a long time. You see that 2 months, 3 months, it can be 1 month for you. Somebody can go all crazy with this and say, oh my God, look at the amount of information they will give to me. I will spend quality time on this. I will dedicate the whole of August to this thing. But if you're that person, then you have come to the right place. You have come to the right place. Yes, we have a program, but you can determine the length of your program. You can determine the length of your program. So the point I'm trying to make here is, you see, do not see this as a long journey. All right? Do not see it. You can be here in one day, all right? And with the amount of, if you amass knowledge and experience, it won't be too long. You will move quite quickly in your career. Today, the next one, please. Next one, please. All right. Today, have we taken testimonials?
I think this is the part for it.
All right. So I will quickly take this part. Then we'll take few people to testify to what they have experienced on our platform. Then I will take another part and that will be it. All right. So I want to get your attention here, gentlemen and ladies. And thank you again. Thank you for being patient with us. A lot of people ask questions and they will say, what are the certification? All right. I don't know if Olumide is here to share his testimonial. And a lot of people of color, we worry too much about certification. We're so certificate crazy. All right. You see, you cannot exhaust all the certificates in cybersecurity. They are too much. They are too much. I've been here for a while, and I can tell you what works. And if I tell you what works, please take my word for it. Certifications are good, but it does not validate your experience. If you have to choose where somebody can show you something and they can tell you how that thing works, in other words, apprenticeship, and someone says, come and sit down for 18 hours, study this book and write the certification. My brothers and my sister, take that one where they will show you. It's called experience. Certifications does not necessarily validate experience. All right, people of color, and I don't know where if you're from other races as well, certifications are good, but do not spend too much time, trying to amount, get certificate. It does not work. In interview, they will test you on the basis of what you know, not what the certificate that you carry. Especially in this side of the world, it would surprise you that people that are going to be your boss at workplace, they don't even have those certificates. That's the truth. Yes, sometimes certificates, they can use it. Somebody can argue that, maybe they use it, to look at people that they will call for the interview. One thing I know, recruiters, they are quite fair. If you have a good experience, all right, an experience that you can prove, all right, I use the word that you can prove, okay, somebody will call you for an interview, or they just need to hear you talk and they will put you forward for the role. I suppose somebody that has all of those certificates and they would ask you. In fact, let me give you, this is a joke anyway. So one of our students went for an interview and she's quite studious. She's the person that would, she knows better now anyway. Everything certificate, she just goes for it. So in an interview, the interviewer asked her, he said, how old are you? She told the interviewer her age. And the interviewer said, what time did you get to do all of this, certificate, all of this exam? The problem with that is, you see, when you so engrossed in getting all the certificates in this world, it impacts on your learning. Because it's just knowledge, it's the knowledge in your head. It does not necessarily translate to what you can do. The difference, what we do is we want to show you what you can do, as opposed to what is cybersecurity. You know what I mean? But having said that, we understand the place of certification. So we kind of make sure that both worlds, all right, whether hands-on experience, when you get the knowledge, and the other one, when you get the certificate, we ensure that we have a good balance, all right? The emphasis for us is to ensure that you have the knowledge and you can demonstrate it, whilst we also support you with certifications as well. As a matter of fact, for some of you that is going to be registering with us on this course, what we have done and what we're also doing is you'll be able to write different exams, all right, whether technical or non-technical. You'll be able to write, exams, in the area of GRC. Then you will do some as well in the area of, called cybersecurity, which is the technical. So we have a balance of that. But see, from day one, we will not be talking about exam, all right? The day one, we want to show and tell. We want to help you to grasp, that practical knowledge that when you open your mouth, you can confidently talk about what you know. Then what will now follow, is the certifications, all right? Our program is quite interesting. As a matter of fact, the set that we've just finished training now, I think this week, Actually can attest to that, on Friday, we call everybody into the class and we begin to register them for a few, vendor-specific certifications that they can do, all right? That can validate, again, some of the things that we have taught them. I mean, we cannot show you all the certifications, but you can leave here with some certification good enough that you can start to apply for jobs. And when you get into that role, as God help you, you can start to do other certifications as well. All right, does this help? All right, okay, Tunde.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant.
There's a gentleman here, is it Zafar
Zafar, yeah.
Zafar has raised up his hand. If you quickly want to say what you need to say, then we would now, take a few testimonies, then I will go into other part of the training.
No
Zafar,
problem there. Yeah, Wale, thanks for the great presentation to us. Good webinar. I just wanted to second the opinion what you just said about certification.
Okay.
I'm a senior business analyst and I don't have any certificate at all, not even a foundation level. So, just wanted to, yeah, somebody asked me that question as well. How can you be a BA and have no certification? You rightly pointed out that, it depends how you go to a process of interview, how do you perform in interview and how do you perform in job. Certification is not that important. It may be important for somebody just starting a career, someone young, but but it's not always important. That's all I want to say.
Thank you so much, Zafar. And people need to know, because the mistake that people do sometimes, they spend too much time on all of the certifications. They are too much. You can't. It's just too much. So for us, we spend more time, showing you, how you can get in there. We give you all the support. And tonight, I don't know if Timothy has shared some of our testimony. It's amazing. People without a single certification. Some of them have just started doing certifications now. Learn what you need to know to prove to your employer or potential employer that you are employable. Then once you get there, some of them might even have budget for certifications and they can pay for it for you for free. All right, today, let's take some of those success stories in a few minutes.
All right, great. Kemi, are you on? Hello, Kemi.
Is Olumide here?
Okay, Olumide is here. Olumide, do you want to go next? Do you want to go?
Olumide or Kemi or?
Okay, just give me a second. Let me just.
Okay.
Quickly.
Take your time.
Yeah.
I'm just conscious of time so that we can. All right, let's be quick about this. If they are waiting, let's just go to the next one, please, so that we don't hold people up.
Yeah, let's go to the next one, Wale. They'll join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next slide, please. Yeah, so these are all the career part that you can, non-technical, you can see there, the sort of courses that you can combine that, it would make, you could become anything. So if you look at the technical route here, you can see you could do some of the courses that I've just mentioned to you: vulnerability management, cybersecurity threat on thing. They can end up as a SOC analyst or as a vulnerability management specialist. This one is governance, risk, and compliance. You can do the cybersecurity fundamentals, and you can have a mix of all of these courses. You can end up. Can we mute, please? And you can become GRC specialist. Can we move to the next slide, please? Next slide, please. All right, so I think I've already touched on this slightly earlier about certification part. So if you look at this fishbone model that I have here, so if you look at where my cursor is, if you want to go all technical, these are some certifications that are there for you. Certify ISO 27001 Foundation, certify ISO 27017 Foundation, a few other ones here as well if you want to become a lead implementer and the lead auditor. The ISO families are very, very good for those that want to major in governance, risk, and compliance, the non-technical part of cybersecurity. We also have some exams with ISACA. We have this one called Certified Information Security Auditor. We have another one, Certified Risk Information System Control. So I've just carefully put them in this way, in this order. It would make a lot of sense. It doesn't mean that you have to do this one before you do that one, but some people might just want to have a sense of the levels of those exams. Hence, I've used this approach of the fishbone. That makes sense. So you may want to do Certified Information Security Manager as well. But all of that is good if you're on that, want to become to GRC. This one as well, Certified Information Security Manager, can also be quite useful here as well. But when you say you're a manager, you're a bit less hands-on. You're not just only managing technical things, you're also managing the people as well. So CISM can be quite good in that area. But yeah, they tend to fit more with GRC. Then we have the technical here. If you're aspiring to go into the technical part of cybersecurity, we have a few courses here. You can see this one, Certified Information Security Manager Principles. This one is just on the low level. If you just want to have just a general idea of of the technical part of cybersecurity, you can start with this one. You could do CompTIA as well. CompTIA is very, very good and is highly recommended in the industry as well. System Security Certified Practitioner, and you can move your way all the way up there. You can see Certified Information System Security Professional, and all the way, okay? And the certifications are too much, right? Do I have all of this thing? No, for me, no. I spend more time now knowing than just the certificate. It's just too much of a hassle for me. But again, it is good. Like what Zafar said earlier on, maybe if you're starting up in your career, you might just want to do one or two, but don't spend too much time, trying to do, get all of the certificate, Then this one, if you want to move again into cloud, a few ones then certified cloud security professional. This one is vendor agnostic. Then we have the AWS, we have the Azure, and again, if you're moving in that direction, so these are just a few examples of some certification. The number of certification that is within the cyberspace, cybersecurity, governance, risk, and compliance, and also the technical side is running into hundreds. And you can't just spend all of your money and time doing all the exams. Maybe one or two makes a whole lot of sense. All right, to the next one, please. Do we have anybody that want to share their success story now? Or?
Yeah, hello, Wale. Yeah, we do. So Kemi, do you want to go first? Then Olumide comes next.
Kemi, would you mind sharing your video, please, so that we can put a face to the name? If you
right.
All right, fantastic, Kemi.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Hello, everyone. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me and hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
Okay, right. So just want to give you a bit on my experience with SmartLearning, and so I want to run through, tell you a bit of my background, tell you a bit about how I found SmartLearning and my experience on the course, and then after the training, what went on after the course, and if you've got any questions after that, you can just feel free to ask me. Right, so a bit about my background. I studied geology for my first degree and worked about 10 years in the oil and gas industry. Lived in Scotland, and the job was there, supporting people going onto the field, and it was quite good until there was a bust in the industry, and then I had to move down south, UK, and start living in England. Then I found I couldn't really find jobs around oil and gas anymore. So it was more of IT, and I was supporting developers, testers, in their work. But I found that I was able to do the management part of the work, but the understanding the work that needed to be done was quite a bit of a challenge for me. So they would explain to me over and over again what they were doing, and it was there for about 3-4 years. I just kept kind of struggling on and kind of winging my way through things. And eventually, I decided to go for a master's degree in cybersecurity management. I thought, that would do it for me, really. What else would Nigerians like to do more than, just getting, all the certifications in. So I did a master's, and but when I finished the course, I still couldn't. I knew all the definitions. I knew, and if you ask me things, I could tell you what, answer, what it was. But there was still that knowing, that Wally mentioned at the end of, his talk, that there is, the bit about knowing what to do, And also my background, I've been working as a freelancer. So, I don't work as a permanent staff. So there's no room for, getting to a job and learning on the job. So I have to always get to a job and have my solutions, in place. So I was having a bit of challenge in that. So there's this Sunday about 2019, around September, October, and I was just like, thinking about what to do. I got on my phone, started searching online, and I found SmartLearning. And I read about, online, I just read about everything, and I thought, this is what I need, And I knew no one would pick, but I called and I left a message. I even, a voice message, and then, left a message online, get back to me as soon as, I was kind of, desperate to, when I read about, what the offering was, I thought this is what would do it for me to get to the next level in my career. I spoke with Wally the next day. Wally called, and, I think the course had started about a week. The cohort then had started a week, and I said, just send me the details of last week. I will join. I don't have to wait till about 3 months or like. I just want to start right now because I was really hungry to get into cybersecurity. It's a booming industry. It's vast. Look at the slide you've got right now. There's so much. Just pick one of the boxes and you'll be good in it. So I went on to the course, and I tell you, I've done a master's degree, but the way the tutoring was, I told myself, I said, why did I waste a whole year on a course? If only I'd seen this, website, I would have done this first. Even if I would have done the master's degree later on, this should have come first for me. It's just, the whole training, the whole, the experience. It's not just, when you go on a training and someone is defining, define a bucket, define different things. It's experience that comes in, when someone is describing a scenario, that, this person speaking to me, say Ola, for example, he knows what he's talking about. He's done this scenario. The way he said, oh, my boss or the people, I'm working with, we had this kind of challenge, and this is what we did, A, B, C, D. You hardly find that, on different training platforms. And also before I found SmartLearning, I'd joined EDX, I joined Linda, I joined EW, you just name it, but it was all the same. But finding SmartLearning was just so different. And I remember calling Wally at some point and said, why didn't I find this website? Why did I even, do so much research? And he said, oh, well, this is the right time for you, and that's why you're here. So I did the courses. And another thing I liked about the training was, apart from the way it was facilitated, just think about it. When you go on a course, they say 5 days cybersecurity learning, 5 days, what can you learn? Look at the slide. Can you learn all of this in 5 days? No, you can't. But you get this, 5 days, you pay so much money, and then you come back and you still feel so bereft. But because of the way everything was split, so you get like 3 days or 4 days with a particular trainer, and they take you in one aspect, train you, you do the practical side, and pen testing. I don't pen testing at the uni, but when I did pen testing here, I really understood, what it meant, like, okay, this is exactly it. So another thing I like about the training is very, very open. No question is too basic. Yeah. To take the time to explain things to you. If you need more resources, if you need more links to an explanation, you come back the next day and then you ask the trainer, that question. And like I said, you can feel immediately, the level or the depth of experience that the trainers are bringing on board, and they know what they're talking about, and they've had real life experience and on the job experience. And so after the training, we had the opportunity to work on projects as well, which was another eye opener. It just felt like you having like a IT, or what do they call it in Nigeria? Industrial attachment, where you work.
Yeah.
That is just so it's not like, oh, that's a project, you read about it and then you go, you actually work on a project. So we had about 8 different projects, and I was greedy. I think I chose about 3 projects. Yeah, I just wanted everything. I just wanted to be involved in all because the own guy in me then, but I ended up just doing 2 because, and this is, like I said, it's not just you being on the project. They were actually hands-on, so you have to go find out about things and then join your teammate and make presentation to Ali. And it was quite involved as well. So you can't wing your way past this. You have to know what you're talking about well, and then it gives you this bit also about being with a team and looking for solutions to your project. What you can bring to the project, which is very, very good. And also, once we did that, or while we were doing that, we had the CV mentoring as well, which, I mean, you pay so much to get CV done. I don't even think you get mentoring for CV like that, but they review your CV for you and tell you what to take out. You get slides on how to design a TV. It's just like, even that alone is just worth so much money to me. But they take you through that, if you're interested in, say, cybersecurity risk, for example, how you can go about setting up your CV and, designing it and making it look a lot presentable. And also the content of your CV as well, before you start looking for work. And once you start searching for work, you get, once you join the WhatsApp group, you get like a lot of people sending like available jobs, that you can apply to, and then you can go online as well. And if you get any job and you get an interview, then you come back to Wally and the team, and they help you with interview preparation. And interview preparation is not just what is your name and not like that. It is like you going for an interview. They ask you questions and you go back and think, oh, okay, I'm just going to, read more on this aspect, because they've asked you questions that they would actually ask you at the interview. That will help you to prepare. I had so much help with that, And so it's not just that bit as well. So they do the training, the interview for you, and then you have to come back again and represent or redo a bit of it. And we shared stories on WhatsApp about people saying, oh, it seems as if Wale and everyone on the interview team actually they knew the questions that would be asked of you at the interview. A lot of people say that. And I've been, in interviews as well, and I just go like, seems like they spoke with Wale before, before they actually advertise the job, and they coach you, how to speak, how to, things like that. If there's anything lacking, And another thing about this bit is you will be amazed on how many people are willing to help you on one interview. Not all, like you get an interview and like 4 people, 5 people, I'm like, and the next day they're there, the next day they're, and you're thinking, wow, and it's all part of, the payment, and you're thinking, wow, this is, you never get this anywhere, and you get an interview, you pass an interview, and then you get on the job, and they're always, there to help you as well. You call, oh, I need, a policy, passport policy, for example, or what do I, if someone needs a passport policy, how do I go about it? One, they've taught us about that, but, if you need like a template, you get people from the WhatsApp group, sending you a template, or asking you more questions, or, just generally having that support behind you. So it's not just you being at a place of work, but you knowing that even if you're stranded or if you need some more clarification on any aspect, you know that you can always come back to SmartLearning, and, there's always everyone, will listen to you, and try to help you out. And I'll leave you with this. So when I was thinking about this morning, I thought, the way you think about this course, the SmartLearning, and, your usual typical learning experience will be, if you imagine a foreigner trying to study something like culture in Nigeria, wants to study the Nigerian culture. So he'll probably get some books, he knows about, and then the book tell him, or maybe it would do like a course, and they'll tell him, oh, they've got 288 languages in Nigeria, the landmass is this, the president was that, they tell him everything about that. In a way, if he graduates, he knows something about Nigeria. But when you compare another person who decided to go live in Nigeria for, say, even a month and try to understand how people live there, you can't compare the two experiences. He knows, the person who lived in Nigeria will know so much more about the culture, the people, why people are the way they are, more than someone who just read, a book or, took an online program. And so I leave it with this, when you come to SmartLearning, it's not about learn and go. It's about you being part of a family, part of, an organization that just wants you to succeed, and that's it, like, be the best, so that, at some point you can come and, encourage other people like me, and, and just, people, they're just people willing to help you to succeed in, whatever you decide to do in cybersecurity. Yeah, so,
wow.
Yeah. So if you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer.
Yeah, thank you. Tunde, do we have anybody that have questions for Kemi?
Just quick check.
All right. But whilst we're waiting for, just to make sure that we have very good recording.
Hola, Shelly.
Oh dear, can you mute people, please?
Okay.
Please, don't worry about the question. Mute everybody, please. I just want to make sure that I have good recording. All right. So Kemi, thank you so much. Very interesting. Some things that you said that we know we're doing it, but it's good that it's coming from someone like yourself. You use the word family, and for us, training is not just what we do to get to, pass by. You know what I mean? To make some money and off we go. The whole idea about training program is to build people up. Remember, I shared earlier on that career part. And I've seen people transition in their career, people that doesn't look like it, and they are on the senior management level. And I lie not. There's a lot of people on my platform like that have grown, and they're still part of the family. So it's beyond just training people. It's been part of that community, which we call our family. You talked about so many things that, here, there are no stupid questions. I mean, if you know it all and you can figure it all out, then perhaps maybe you will not be here. You know what I mean? There are no stupid questions. We love people. For us, you said something about, you have an interview and you get like 5 people on the phone ready to help you. It's how passionate we are. So money is not what drives us. It's, we love to see people succeed. We love to see people do well in their career. So maybe tomorrow, Kemi will become a CEO or you become a CISO. You know what I mean? And I want to be part of your journey. I want to be part of your success story. Maybe at some point in life, when you're writing a book, you say, oh, this is where I all started from. And, you can help other people as well. You know what I mean? You can, when you're interviewing people, you feel their pain. Some people, they go to interview, not because they're not clever, but they're just nervous. And you can see beyond their nervousness. And, you want to give them a chance, and I'm glad that you're part of this family. And thank you, Kemi, for sharing your experience. I remember the first day that I spoke to you, quite interesting. I knew where I was. I don't forget things. That's one thing that God has blessed me with memory. So, I remember where I was. I was in Swindon when you called me that afternoon. And I was not in London. I was in Swindon. And I think it was just the same thing. I encouraged you and I said, oh, you can do this. And in a few months down the line, you smashed the job. And then you're still growing even up till. And I'm really, really happy that you showed up today, to share your success stories with us and with others as well. So thank you, Kenny. I believe there will be questions. Maybe if you're not in a hurry, you may just want to hang around a little bit, and if there are questions, then we can get you to come back and answer those questions.
Okay, I'll hold on. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tunde, what's next? I'm conscious.
Okay, let's bring in Olumide. Olumide.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Let's make sure that we mute everybody, please, so that we can get.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, Mr. Wali.
Okay, good. Are you sharing your video? Because it's good that people can.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. I can't share. I can't see your video. Just give me a sec.
Okay.
You can go on, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I'll be very, very happy to, because this is me coming here to say it's more like my experience with SmartLearning and some kind of like testimony, something that everyone here listening can actually look at themselves and see it like, if I can do it, I mean, you can do it. I'm a testimony, I would say that. So let me start my story by going back into what I did my years ago. I was able to my master's in administration, and then I started working with a company as a production support. And then I worked with the company for some years, I think like 5 years, but I wasn't really what are the jobs that are in demand? Like, I think the information technology has a lot of roles out there. So, and I just wanted to get on that because I find myself like more interested in things in technology than just management stuff. And in 2018, somehow I had to stop my job, and for like 3 years, close to 3 years, I was out of job. And if I would do my CV, apply for jobs, go on interviews. I thought I was like the best thing for me would be to like do some sort of like a networking job, because I have the experience of like managing a cyber cafe. So I thought, let me do my CV up. I'll go for interviews. If you can get like a starting role, like even if it's like something like 16,000 or 18,000, just to start on get on the ladder, I'll go for interviews. I wouldn't even get past the first stage of those interviews. I'll be heartbroken. I'll come back to my CV again, do my CV up again, and apply. So there was a day that a friend of mine in 2020, a friend of mine was moving home, and he needed help. So I said, I offered myself to help you. So whilst we were like moving things, he looked at me and said, Olumide, what about you getting like a 9-to-5 job? Are you? I said, yeah, I've been applying. I've not just been talking, but I've just been applying, but I've been very unlucky. So he asked me what actually interests me. I said, well, I actually want to go into security, IT security, but I've been looking around, I've been checking videos on YouTube and all that, but I'm kind of lost. I really don't know where to start and how to get there. Someone I spoke with, another guy that I spoke with said, oh, start with networking. And then from networking, you can work your way into security. So, and that's what I've been doing. I want to sit for an exam. I've been reading up to do Security Plus. And he said, oh, why do you want to go for security? I think do you know what? There's this Nigerian guys. I mean, my wife did it. I think I'll get her to give you their contact number. Speak to them. They might be able to help. And I am forever grateful for that day, because that is one of the key point of my testimony, because me getting Mr. Wale's phone number on that day changed my life for good. So I called Mr. Wale. I told him about my experience. He asked me, and that's a good thing when there's a feeling of that one-on-one that it's just not about like getting on it. It's just something that he will speak to you about your journey and what you've been in before, and look at some of your strength, and then offer you like maybe sort of like a solution, like offer you options that you can do. So when I spoke to him and I said I was so keen on sitting for an exam, because I thought, I mean, we Nigerians, we really think about qualification. I thought for me to get into that security, I've been looking at jobs on JobServe, like CW jobs, and I think I need to do some sort of exam. So we said, Mr. Wale, I remember that day, Mr. Wale said, do you know what? Hold on all this qualification. Try to learn, because that's the thing that employers are actually looking for. What you know, rather than just your qualification. That there are so many people they've done like 5-6 exams, and yet they know nothing. When they go to interviews, they are found out. So to be honest with you, no offense, Mr. Wale, but I didn't really. Sorry, I think my room is dark. Let me see if I can open my curtains and see if that would help. Sorry, guys. I think it's better now. Yeah.
It's better now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you. So, back to when I spoke to Mr. Wale. So, no offense, Mr. Wale, but when you told me on that day that I don't need to sit for an exam and I'll get a job, I didn't really believe. But because I just wanted to learn. So I just said yes. Well, I'll sit for the exam later. And as I speak to you right now, I have an exam that I booked with Azure exam. I've been postponing it because I've had no time to prepare for it. So I got on the training in 2021. I was part of the set of the January-March 2021 set. So, but the passion was there. I just wanted to like learn. I just thought, okay, what Mr. Wale told me is just like learn this thing. So I was eager to learn. So I joined the training, and the training is so. I mean, the guys there, they know what you're doing. There's a structure in place that as soon as you start, when you start learning, you want to learn more. I mean, if you're someone like me that wants to learn more, you're ready for questions. And there's one thing that Mr. Wale said when we wanted to start the program. He said, I don't know if it's Mr. Wale or Mr. Sugar, said, there are no silly questions, and I was prepared for that. They're not going to laugh at you. I just wanted to ask my questions just to know more. And when I get the answers, I mean, the YouTube is there, but the YouTube is different because when you go on YouTube, everyone is just there. You don't even know the right one and the right answers. And even when you watch those videos, sometimes you even get lost more. But when I get lost, I come back and I put my questions across and I'll learn more. So a few months into the training, I thought I've learned a lot. And I spoke to my wife. I said, I think I'm ready. I want to test the waters and see what is out there. I didn't even want to tell Mr. Wale that I wanted to start applying for jobs. But I just wanted to say, let me just like see what's out there and see if I can test myself and see, okay, have I learned enough to be able to go for an interview and not feel broken? So I took my CV and I started walking my way. And I think I spoke, one of the trainers said a few things about how you can prepare your CV and the things that things that you can include on your CV and make your CV attractive. So I think I took those words and I made my CV in a way that I can apply for particular jobs. So I started getting phone calls. I couldn't believe it. Like I was getting phone calls, and so for some I'll get past the first stage, for some I'll get to the second stage. So it felt really good. But one point I wanted to raise here is that for some interviews that I got to the next stage, I would contact Mr. Sugar. And the thing is, you think, okay, for the amount of money I've paid, for people to be ready, like there's a panel like ready to help me, and I'm not paying a dime, I'm not paying any cash to them, and they're just ready to help me, like prepare for the interviews out of their busy lives. I think it's something that, I mean, it's priceless. It's just something that you would see in maybe a mother and a father that wants to see your child do well. And the questions that would, I mean, I did one of those interviews, and I was shaking because it felt like real, and it was good because some of the things that were asked, there was one particular question that someone asked me there that it was something that do with vendor management, and he was saying, "Oh, you've not done this, you've not done this," and I looked at myself like, "Wow, Olumide, you've not prepared." And then I went back to the board again, I started reading more, and the materials that you get, I mean, those materials, if you want to go out there and start buying them, is worth more than $2,000. It's worth like even more than $5,000. But the materials are there. I mean, even without you go the face-to-face one-on-one lecture, just reading those materials will get you like halfway into how you're going to get there. And I also want to encourage someone here that when you're being taught, listen to their experiences, because some of the things that were shared there, I took them as some of my experiences of how I can do a job. I remember one particular one that I went for an interview, and I think they asked me something, and I gave them an example of one. I've forgotten her name. I think she was doing auditing, and she said some of the things that she would do when she go for Obi. Yeah, Obi, yes. She said something, and I made it in my interview such that even when I went for the next interview, they remembered. And what she said was that when you have a movers and levers and joiners, that she would go there and check and say, let me see the last time this was updated. And I took on some of those things. Every word that was said there, I took those recordings in my head. And when I go for interviews, I say those things so that to convince them that, listen, I can do this job. To cut the long story short, I'll tell you that on my last interview, I did 4 interviews. And one of the interviews that I had to call Mr. Wale, and we had to pray together. And that's another thing you don't pay for. You see someone that a brother that will want to see you go well, want to see you go further. That it felt like he was holding my hands when we were praying, because I was shaking that I'm about to speak to the CEO of the company, and I was worried that maybe they will find out that this guy is not really, he doesn't have the experience, But 2 weeks into the job, I still get support from the SmartLearning family. That's the beauty of this, the family the word that the lady said, that she said, Sister Kemi said, that they were like a family. They're like a family, because if I need any questions, I go on there, I raise the question, I get people, offering to help. The last one I put on there, within 5 minutes, Mr. Wale said, can you call me? And I spoke to him. I was on the job, and I spoke to him, and I gave my boss the answer right there. And he was really impressed, and he said, oh, we should be doing this more often. I mean, we're having interview. We need to have meetings every week. And I'm like, yeah, And my story so far, I just want to tell people out there that it's not about the money. All you need is just like the interest, wanting to learn, and the passion there. And believe it or not, the jobs are out there.
Absolutely,
they're out there. But you just need to. And the thing is, some of them. I remember one of the interviews I went for. The last interview I went for, the lady said, "We know that you don't. We're not expecting you to know everything." She said that to me, and that just gave me like kind of encouragement that okay, they're not looking for someone that's a genius, like someone that's like very good, that's got years of experience. They just want to see that you know what you like, you can learn, and you know what you know what you're doing. And I want to like really say thank you again to the SmartLearning community. I mean,
welcome.
I can go on and on. Like this is not like me preparing a speech. I'm raw as it is, and I'm telling everyone that listen, it works.
It works. Yeah.
It works. It works.
Thank you, Olumide. Wow. Yeah, interestingly, all of our training are online. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I'm actually seeing Olumide live. I've not.
Sorry, I'm cutting you short. And one more thing I forgot to add. Okay. I didn't sit for the exam, so I got the job without sitting for any exam. Now I'm going to be preparing for my exam. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Olumide. You're welcome, and thanks so much for sharing your success story. Raw and uncut. For those that are listening, I think today only just contacted you to say, can you say a word? And you said more than a word. The same as Kemi as well, raw and uncut. And I'm glad everything that you said. It's like a replay of what we do, and he also encourages us as well, to do more. You talk about the scenario, and that's why our training is different. It's not all of that. Kenny said something. It's not the definition of cybersecurity. You know what I mean? Those things that you can't even remember, but they are scenario based. Every time we come here, it's all about our own experience, the scenarios, and we create the same. And Olumide said something as well. He said here that I used all of those things that you say in an interview. And for us, that is what makes us different. All right. You take from our experience. So if I say I have close to 20 years experience, and I have other people that have experience as well. So it means that, there's a saying that he that walks with the wise will become wise. It's just very simple. Just take the knowledge of the wise people and you will be wise as well. So take our experience and make it your own. I know you're just starting out in cybersecurity and you're wondering, oh my God, where am I going to start from? Do not worry. Take from the knowledge, the experience that we have had in the course of 20 years, all of the best practices that we know. We just give it to you. And when you go out there and you open your mouth, guess what? Just like Olumide said, the boss was like really excited. You open your mouth, you'll be like, oh my God, where are you guys from? Where are you from that you are so full of knowledge? It's because, you have sat with the wise, you are moving with the wise. You have made friends with people that, they've been around for a while. They understand best practices and they're just giving it to you for free. It's wisdom. So don't go somewhere where you where they will just be telling you theory. All right, so guys, thank you so much. In the next few minutes, I know we have taken your time. I'm just going to be running through Tunde. Hello, Tunde.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be running through. I don't know, are you still sharing your slide? Because I can't see anything now. Tunde, are you still sharing your slide?
Yeah, slide is up. Can you see it?
Give me a sec. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can see the slide now. So I'll quickly run through the slide. Timothy, if there are any questions in the chat box, please attend to those questions. I will be quick so that we can finish in the next 10 minutes. All right. Tunde, move back. Take your bucket back. Let me tell them the concept of this bucket. All right. Thank you, Tunde. All right. So the concept of the bucket. So I want you to imagine so SmartLearning, we have a bucket of courses and you want to select from these courses. All right. So we allow selection. So for this batch that we're training now, we have bucket of courses. all right, that you can select from. And I think we have about 12 or 11 of them, all right? So today, click on your, all right. So let's assume that this is Olumide, or maybe this is you, Fola, that you want to become an AWS solution architect, all right? So you can select from the bucket of courses that we have, and you can select the AWS Cloud Architect course, and you can also select the AWS Cloud Fundamental course. So that's just an example. Tunde, try another one, please. All right, so this is another one. Assuming again, maybe you, Joke, you aspire to become an information security governance, risk and compliance specialist. All right, these are examples of courses that you can select from the bucket. You can select governance, risk and compliance. You can do the cybersecurity risk management. You can do the third-party risk management. You could do the general data protection regulation. You could do the ISO 27001 foundation and also the essential. You could also do cloud governance as well. So these are the possibilities that you're there. But one thing that is good about us, which already mentioned, is we normally spend that one-to-one with you. So you will call us after this training or after this section. Our telephone number is there. Tunde Shogalu and Timothy, please put our telephone number there as well. Our landline, our mobile phone, put it out there. You will call us and we will ask you questions. We will do that kind of, the PTA, the pre-trade assessment stuff with you. On the back of that, once we understand, who you are, and a bit of your background, we'll now make recommendations and say, oh, I think, Joke, you can be this person. And because if you want to be this person, these are the type of courses that you can select from the bucket. Today, let's go on. All right, so this is another thing you can become. So assuming that you want to be all technical and you want to become an enterprise security architect, again, you have to learn what we call the cybersecurity essential. You have to learn what we call the cryptography and the PKIs. Then you also have to learn what we call communication and network security. All right, but see what you could learn to become an enterprise security architect is kind of the list is much more than this. We're just giving you an example on the concept of the job role and the bucket. The concept of the job role and the bucket. So the job role is enterprise security, architect. Then the type of courses are the ones that comes under it. All right, let's try another one. All right, okay. So we've talked about this earlier on. These are the courses that is on offer for this batch. There are 12 of them, and I'll go over them again. Cybersecurity fundamentals, cybersecurity essential, cybersecurity risk management, enterprise security architect, vulnerability management, penetration testing, ISO 27001 essential, third-party risk management, governance, risk and compliance, GDPR, and I think we also have threat hunting and cybersecurity incident response and planning as well. All right, let's move on to the next slide. All right, these are also courses that we have. Let's move to the next slide. All right, okay. So I think this date, yeah, so our training is starting, sorry, the next batch of training is starting on the 5th, I think on the 5th or on the 8th, but it's going to be the Monday commencing, the first week, the first month, hang on a minute. Tune, can you please quickly check that? Is it the 5th, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can always go back to update that.
The 5th is a Friday. So the next training is going to start on the 8th.
Yeah.
So it's usually start on a Monday. Sorry, apologies about the 5th. It's going to start on the 8th of August, 2021. That is when we're going to be taking on the new batch. All right. So if everything that we have said today kind of resonates with you, and it makes sense, and you think this is for you, even if you're unsure, call us. Our telephone number is there. We do one-on-one, all right? We do not believe that, people have the same experience. That's not what we do. People have different experiences, and we do one-on-one a lot. Call us if you can today. Why not? Give us a call. I will talk to you. If we can, usually when we start a conversation, we might not be able to conclude it in just one go. I might say, okay, let us pick up the conversation next week again. Call us, register your interest, call myself, call Tunde, or call our telephone, our landline telephone number. Let's have that conversation. Let's understand where you're coming from, your background. Let us, be able to make recommendations to you. We will say, go and research. You heard Olumide only joined us this year. And not only Olumide, we have so many people that joined us this year that's already secured, job. And it can be you. This is not difficult. We say it with all sense of responsibility because number one, we're experienced in this area. Number two, we have processes that work. Number three, we know how to help people. Number four, we are passionate about helping people. Number five, we are passionate about seeing people succeed in their role. Gone are those days where people do, all kind of hard hours just because you want to make ends meet, and you can see the way the world is changing as well. All right, with this COVID-19, it has opened our eyes, to all the endless possibility. So if you're the type that you think, oh, I can't work from home, oh, how can I work from home? That is the norm now, and we better get used to it. And how are you going to be able to take advantage, of this, is by upskilling, learning something new that will give you that opportunity to work from home. It's also true that, when you work from home, you spend more quality time with your family and your children. You have opportunities to take them, pick them up from school and return them back home and spend more time, helping them to do their own work. I think that's a good life. Everybody wants that, but you need to be skilled, for you to get a job that offers you the opportunity to work from home. Thank you, guys. I will stop here. Tunde, if you can pause the recording. Let's see if we can take one or two questions. I know that questions, there's somebody